Man. So you said something earlier about this generation, and I mean I just got to ask you, why do you think that people aren't successful, right? And I'm saying people because of course we can talk about athletes, but I think when we say people, athletes fall in this category as well. But why are some people not successful, Jake?
I'm gonna tell you why 99% of the people in the world aren't successful. They don't want it bad enough. Right? I liken it to that guy. You seen that guy that got trapped by the rock, had to cut off his arm to survive?
Mm.
I guarantee you he's probably 1 in 1,000. 999 people would have died right there with their arm trapped in that rock. But he was different. He wanted to live more than he was worried about his arm, right? So when you ask me why people don't succeed, they're not willing to cut their arm off to get where they want to go. And that's just a metaphor for life, right? Like, I tell people, man, like, I was a disadvantaged youth even when I checked into the Naval Academy. I couldn't read and write, okay? So for me to pass, I had to pass a writing test to qualify to go to business school, right? The GMAT. And so I studied for 5 months, no less than 4 hours a day, 8 hours on Saturdays and Sundays for that test. I was in the middle of a SEAL workup and studying my behind off. And as much as I tried to pass the writing requirement, I couldn't pass it. Okay? You got to get a 4 or above. When I took the practice exams, I was getting a 1. Mm. So I said, hey, sometimes you just got to apply brute force to problems that require brute force. If I can't write well enough to pass this test, well, then let's skin this cat a different way. So I memorized 3,000-word essays, word for word. And then I went into the test, and I took one of those essays that fit the nouns fit, and I regurgitated that essay word for word on the GMAT and just changed the noun. Okay? I didn't change the context. I didn't change nothing. Got 5.5 out of 6 on the GMAT writing requirement. But it took me 3 months to remember 3,000-word essays, and I only used 2 of them. I had a backup. I had a spare. That's what I'm talking about. Everybody, like, I got all these kids hitting me up about being Navy SEALs. When's the last time you ran? Well, it's winter. September. Okay? Because this generation has the internet mentality. I'm tough on the internet. I can tweet whatever I want. I got freedom of speech. But they don't have go out in the front yard and run around with the neighbors. Like, I live in this big neighborhood. I have yet to see an organized game on any of the fields in our neighborhood. No one wanted them to go outside, right? No one, like, they don't live that active lifestyle. Now, you got exceptions to that, but not, I mean, this generation just Twitter and Instagram, right? Like I'm getting tired of people on Instagram, you know, like, my wife tell me it's a trap. Like, you click on one cute girl on Instagram, and then you flooded with all these women just, you know, they posing. But the first thing I say is like there's no substance to the pictures. Like, what are you really doing? You got 1 million followers because you built real nice. But what's going to happen in 10 years when you have a couple kids and you're not built that nice, but you literally made a living for 10 years on your face and everything else? Right? Now, there's some people that have transitioned from that to other things. But for me, we become a real shallow culture with real shallow fight in us. Like, you know, you hear a lot of people using the P word, the occasion of America, right? Mm-hmm. And I can't be a stronger believer in that, man. Like, now, that being said, let China or somebody come over here and try to invade us. That'll change in a couple minutes. But right now, as a society, you can't have a fight in school. Kids getting suspended for, you know, expelled from school for a little tussle in the 3rd grade. Come on, man. So, You ask me why people ain't successful, they ain't willing to cut their arm off when they trapped up against a rock. And life is that rock.